So this is how to change a Geberit or Bock mechanism, button and mechanism within a toilet. Geberit are a components manufacturer, probably the world's leading manufacturer of flushing mechanisms, and they're used by most of the European leading brands use Geberit within their toilets. For this purposes we're using a Bock toilet, but this could be any one of the major manufacturers that are using Geberit within their toilets. This is the new style button, which has been around for several years now, and the first thing we need to do is to remove the button. On the new style, it is just a simple case of turning the button anti-clockwise and it will unscrew out of the system. This is the button mechanism, and once that's removed, you'll now be able to remove the system lid from the toilet. Inside the toilet you'll have two mechanisms. The main centre shaft is your flushing mechanism, and on the side, left or right, it could be different in your toilet, you'll have the filler ball valve or filler valve. To remove the flushing mechanism from the toilet, there's a simple clips either side, so if you feel right down or look right down the bottom of the toilet, you will see two little side clips which you just need to get your hand in. Squeeze these clips together and the whole unit will then lift out of the toilet. Sometimes if this mechanism's just letting by, there's two reasons for this mechanism to let by. One will be it will be letting by in the washer position here. Both of these will flow back into the toilet. The second is that there's a overflow built into the toilet. Unlike the old days where the overflow would be a separate pipe going outside your house, on these newer mechanisms the overflow is built into the toilet, so if the system overfills, the water will simply flow back into the toilet. So one of the things you need to determine if the toilet is overflowing inside, which of the elements are failing, whether it's the seal for the flush or whether it's the ball valve that's not shutting off correctly. You should be able to see when you lift the toilet lid if the water level's too high and the water's flowing down this overflow pipe. If that's the case, the ball valve is letting by and not shutting off correctly, and that's the element that would need replacing. If the flushing mechanism, if the water level is low beneath this point and it's still letting by into the toilet, then you're pretty sure that it's the flushing valve that's at fault, and that could be a number of reasons why this mechanism would fail to let by into the toilet. When you're fitting the new valve, it's important that you set the height correct for the toilet. So the first thing to do is to just slot back in your new mechanism. That would just clip into position. As you can see, this is sitting high on the toilet, so we need to adjust the height so it's in line with this particular system. To do that, the blue lever here you just turn, and that releases this little camshaft lock and allows you now to lift this mechanism up and down. The best way to get the correct height is put it to a position where you feel that it's almost correct, and then just drop the system lid onto the top. Now I've got that a little bit low, so I'm going to lift the mechanism up. I know it's too high now, but now I can just push down on that, and now that's sitting in the correct position just directly underneath the ceramic of the system. I can now lock that back into position, and that's all now sitting at the correct level to simply screw your dual flush button back into place. So that's how to change the new style Geberit flushing mechanism.